All right, voters heading to the polls in just a few short hours from now in the Granite State. So which Republican candidate has the most to gain in the mostly moderate state of New Hampshire? The Real Clear Politics average showing Donald Trump still with a double-digit lead, followed by Marco Rubio and John Kasich. For more, let's bring in Democratic strategist Chuck Rocha and senior political reporter for LifeSet Ashley Pratt. Thank you both for waking up this morning. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
All right, Chuck, we'll start with you. You have a number of Republican candidates that have put all of their eggs in the New Hampshire basket. Who do you think has the most to gain? Who has the most to lose coming out of tonight?
Well, look, everybody's got something to gain except for Donald Trump. The rest of these guys are like a bunch of dogs barking at a parade as it goes by. They can't stop it. They're just watching it go by and barking loud. So anybody but Donald Trump who finishes second or third, that's all we'll be talking about. And as I just said, the one who has everything to lose is Donald Trump. Everybody expects him to do really well. Keep your eye on Jeb Bush. Keep your eye on John Kasich. New Hampshire's a different animal. People there on their license plate, live free or die. They're very independent. They want to make up their mind. They like somebody who's nice. They've seen all this visceralness, and they like the Kasich, they like the Jeb, and I think those are the ones to keep your eye on tonight.
Interesting. Ashley, if you are Jeb Bush, if you're John Kasich, if you're Chris Christie, if you're not in the top three, can you go on from here?
I really don't think so, but I would extend that maybe to top four. Again, as Chuck's saying, Donald Trump's the one with everything to lose. He's going to be the one to watch tonight in the sense that it's pretty much predicted and presumed that he will be the winner here in New Hampshire. He has been the primary front runner, but at the same time, Governor Kasich is surging here in New Hampshire, and ever since that debate as well, I think he came across very polished. And traditionally here, you know, moderate voters are very fiscally conservative, and his record in Ohio proves just that. But Governor Bush is surging as well, too. Now, that could be momentum coming off of bringing his mother here, but his rallies have not been as well attended as those of Governor Chris Christie or Marco Rubio. So everyone is really in play here, but again, Donald Trump has everything to gain from that because they will be splitting votes among each other. But I think today it is all about the governors, and as someone who is a New Hampshire native, I'll tell you right now, expect the unexpected here, and I think that Kasich will have a big night.
Someone who is not a governor, Chuck, and could have a lot to lose is Carly Fiorina. She has been fighting this thing hard. She spoke yesterday about her frustration about not being in the debate over the weekend. Let's play that.
It's a rigged game that I wasn't on that debate stage because, you see, I had just beaten Kasich and Christie in Iowa, tied Jeb Bush for delegates, and the last time I looked, votes and delegates counted. But maybe the Anybody But Carly network is afraid to have viewers see me because they know I can beat Hillary Clinton.
Chuck, she wasn't on that debate stage on Saturday. She's also not polling so well in New Hampshire. Could this be the end of the road for Carly Fiorina tonight?
Well, the folks in New Hampshire probably had the same reaction that I just did, like, is Carly still in this thing? I forgot about that. So that's what's going on there. If you haven't been on the news, if you haven't had enough money to do your ads, then people aren't going to know. I think the biggest key out of what's going to happen tonight is who's got the money to go forward. There couldn't be a bigger difference between John Kasich and Jeb Bush. Kasich has nothing else. He's only put all of his eggs in one basket, as my mama would say, right there in New Hampshire. He's got to have a boost to go on to South Carolina, maybe to Michigan like his team has talked about. But Jeb Bush has got time to go on all the way to the convention and maybe, you know, sit out on the beach in Florida and wait for it to come to him.
That's right, Ashley. I mean, money does matter here. You have Jeb Bush, Carly Fiorina still have money to spend regardless of what happens tonight. But one thing that's different coming into New Hampshire is you've had more candidates drop out, right? You've had Santorum, Huckabee, Rand Paul are no longer in the race. How does that impact New Hampshire? Where will their votes go?
Well, it definitely did impact New Hampshire in the sense that you saw a lot of advisors for those people go towards other campaigns here. Santorum's advisor went over to Trump. Rand Paul's advisor went over to Kasich. So I think bringing in those, you know, already set kind of ground game strategists was important additions to these different campaign teams who are already building a strong ground game here in New Hampshire. The one thing that I think is important to point out is that, you know, between the governors, Governor Christie and Governor Kasich have visited the state over 180 times since 2014, showing that they have really staked it all here. Governor Bush is a close third, and he has been here roughly about 100 times as well. And then you step down to people like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, who've only been here maybe 70 or so times. Still not a small number, but less than the other candidates who have really, again, everything to lose tonight for their campaigns if they do not place in the top four. And as they're saying, you know, if Governor Kasich wins tonight, you know, that's great for him. But going into South Carolina, he's going to need a lot more because he has done, again, a lot more here than he has in some other states.
And Chuck, real quickly while we have you on the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders looks like he's going to have a strong night tonight.
It should be good. He's built a big organization there. Coming out of the Hillary world, out of Iowa, there's lots of things going on, lots of grumblings. I think that he's poised to have a big victory tonight and to probably catapult him into the next two contests, which will really tell the tale for the Democrats.
Will be interesting to see. Chuck Rocha, Ashley Pratt, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.